All right, thanks so much for tuning in to Social Media 201. This is part of a series that I'm doing. So I've got a couple more that I'm going to bring into you in the next couple of weeks. So you'll want to definitely tune into those as well. Tonight, we're going to talk about how to make money with your phone, take great selfies with your phone, and make money from that. Use your platform, transform your platform into not only becoming a social influencer, but actually making money too. As you're jumping on, please go ahead and mute. I'm gonna try, let me see if I can just mute all here. So as you're jumping on, you'll wanna definitely grab a notebook so that way you can take notes, because these are going to be great little pointers for you to be able to use in your future platform. We're gonna talk a little bit about Facebook tonight. We're gonna dive into Instagram next week. So I'm gonna take it from a Facebook standpoint. Did you know that 2.4 billion people are utilizing Facebook in this world? And did you realize that 10% of that population are from the US? So do you realize if you want to grow your business internationally, you know where it's at? It's Facebook, okay? I would also say with that, this is not a TikTok training, but I'd also say with that, it's TikTok as well, okay? 2.4 billion people are actively using Facebook. This is our major hot platform. So if you think Facebook is dead for you, friend, it's your marketing that's dead for you. So we're going to talk a little bit about how we can transform that business to make sure you're getting all of the engagement that you want that's going to turn into productive engagement and profitable engagement. Okay, so how do you look like a pro when all you have is a cell phone? How many of you see people post pictures, right, of themselves? You're like, dang, do they have like a professional photographer that's like following them around? Come on, anybody feel that way? Because I do. And then I finally figured it out. I did. I took a few pictures of myself and be like, oh, who took your pictures? I'm like, me. And I'm going to give you my tips, okay? So first and foremost, lighting is everything. When you are taking a picture, make sure that when you take a picture, you're taking it, like, for example, I have natural lighting right here behind me. I'm taking it from this direction, not this direction. Because I do it from this direction, all I'm gonna get is the dark in the background. So always want that natural light. Really, natural light, you can't beat natural light in anything. But if you don't have the ability to have the natural light, or that window, so to speak, those ring lights that you see on Amazon, or that you see other people using, are, yes. So Ash has a really small one. I have a really big one that I'm using right now. So it makes me look bright and awake, even though I've had a really hard day, okay? And you would never guess it, because this ring light does magic for you. So you want to invest in a couple of things that are very inexpensive. A ring light, they make all different shapes and sizes. You definitely want to make sure you have a phone that can take a good picture, but look for lighting opportunities, okay? Don't take those pictures in the heat of the day, because you're not going to get the best lighting. So if you don't have anybody following you around like the paparazzi, are you tired of asking your husband to take pictures of you? Because I am, right? Hey, my husband's in the business with me. He still makes fun of me, okay? My kids even got old enough to start making fun of me too. But when they were little, I would put them to work and I'd have them take pictures of me, okay? Hey, give me your cell phone, have them take 100 pictures. If 2 work, then that's 2 more than you even have, okay? Incorporate your kids, incorporate your dogs, incorporate, I don't have any right here with me, but coffee mugs, different things that you can play on and talk about in future posts. It will help you with your engagement to have things that look attractive, but it'll also help you to come up with verbiage for your posts as well when you're utilizing those different little things in the picture. So first and foremost, anybody have a watch, like an Apple Watch? Okay, did you know that this thing can take a picture for you? Okay, I fell in love with it. That was like the biggest hack for me, and started to take my own pictures. As I would get a tripod. If you don't have a tripod, these are super cheap, okay? I have this one that connects to literally anything. And they do have little tripods with the light on them too, or that are detachable. You'll definitely want to get a tripod. You'll be able to put your phone in there in selfie form. If you have an Apple Watch, you can open up your camera on your Apple Watch, open up your camera on your iPhone and put it there, and it will take 3-second burst pictures for you. It's amazing. So you can get ready one day, okay? One day, not all days. Like I got ready for this Zoom like literally in 15 minutes. So literally get ready, like one day, pick a day. Wednesday's my day. I'm going to get up. I'm going to put some makeup on. I'm going to have a couple of different outfits that I want to choose, because listen, you are providing content, and like it or not, you don't have to be beautiful or drop dead gorgeous, but you have to sometimes look put together. Okay. I am all about showing up as I am, as a hot mess. And if you watch my stories, you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you see me in the raw a lot. But I also realize that I have an image that I'm selling. People want to know that sometimes I'm a little bit not just hot mess, but have it together too. If I've made all this money in this business, they want to know that they can follow my lead. So I want to make sure that I have it a little bit together sometimes. So I'm going to encourage you, take one day a week and just create some pictures. Create some pictures with your kids, create some pictures with your dogs, create some pictures with your, I don't care what that is. Create some pictures with a tripod, grab some great lighting, use your Apple Watch, put your phone on a timer. All those tips go a very, very long way. And then invest in some type of photo app, okay? My favorite right now is Lightroom. And I just bought on Etsy. It got a little confusing at first, but I just bought a little package on Etsy. It was like $4.99 with all these filters that I uploaded into Lightroom. Lightroom is a free app. You can pay for it, but you don't have to. I just have the free version of Lightroom, and I have filters on there that I can filter any of my pictures like this. Okay, they're called presets. So if you're looking for them on Etsy, they're just called presets. It looks like Ashley maybe that was something for Amazon. But anyway, if anybody has a great link for a preset, please put it in the chat. You guys, it will make your pictures look so professional. You'll be like, you did that with your iPhone, and you did that? Like, I don't know if anybody saw the pictures that I went to the sunflower fields with my girls. It was my simple iPhone. That was it. And I got such great pictures. And so these pictures I'll be able to utilize throughout my business and help to draw people in, okay? People were excited about those pictures. So think of opportunities. Do you have a harvest thing coming up? Do you have an apple orchard? Do you have things that you can go do with your family that's fun? And then create some pictures and content for your future, okay? So if you don't have a watch, don't go buy one. But if you have a watch or you want to invest in one, all the more reason. But you want to grab a tripod, you want to grab make sure you have some good lighting. And make sure that you're grabbing some things. If I'm doing pictures all in one day, I'm going to change my lipstick up. I'm going to change my shirt up. I'm going to do a bunch of pictures so I can load up my camera roll. Okay. Again, once a week. I love that you can create posts on Instagram. Now we're talking about a little bit on Facebook. You can do this in your notes section on your phone or an app to kind of keep those organized for you so that you can push out. You can literally organize your posts every Sunday, take an hour and organize your posts for the entire week if you want to, okay? Sometimes I'm really good and I do this, and sometimes I am kind of more fly by the seat of my pants. And I love that Instagram allows me to be able to save my drafts with the pictures attached and the verbiage. So that way, if I'm drafting that, then I can utilize that for Facebook too. Okay, so Facebook, like I mentioned, has 2.4 billion people actively using it. It's still the #1 platform. It's been around since 2004. It is by far still the largest growing platform and utilized platform out there in the world. Okay, 10% of that I explained is US market. We probably pay and utilize Facebook more than maybe international, but if you're trying to grow your business international, this is a great way to be able to do that as well. And so realize that if your Facebook is not getting the engagement that you want it to get, it's because you're probably not doing things quite right. So I'm going to talk a little bit about tips. You're going to definitely want to write these things down. I'm going to go fast because I want to try and keep this into a 30-minute training. So that way for people that are watching the replay, they can get some quick tips really, really quick that are compounded on the week prior. So the week prior, I talked a lot about not being a billboard, and I actually had a slideshow. So if you missed that one, you'll definitely want to go back because I'm not going to cover that information again. But Facebook is pushing out more than ever live videos, live content. Okay, there's something magical about that getting more traction than your best of post or a pre-recorded video. So I want to encourage you to give yourself a challenge to start going live on your Facebook, but not just about business. I'm going to give you some other ideas. Really, you should only have about 20% of your lives about business, because if people know that you're just talking about your products or your business, they're going to stop tuning in. So if you're already going live and you're not seeing the traction that you want, it's probably because people already know what you're going to talk about, and they've lost interest, or they think they've lost interest. So we need to garner that interest all over again and that curiosity all over again. So if you are brand spanking new and you want to throw it up in the chat, let us know that. If you have not gone live, y'all, it's a little fear invoking. I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I still get a little bit nervous, but you know what? When you do it and you do it often, you start to overcome that fear. You run toward your fear instead of away from it, and your fear will never own you. So if you're brand new, I'm going to encourage you. We don't have an actual live kit that comes to you. It's a digital kit. I would encourage you to log into your site and have one of your samples sent to you so you have that trifold, so that way you can go live, yes, live, and unbox your trifold sample to show what your customers have the ability to get from you, okay? You need to talk about why did you join. This is for a brand new person. If you want to do this as a seasoned distributor, you can do that too. Why did you join? What's gonna go, what are you expecting to happen in the business? Like, where's your vision? What are you expecting? And what has this business already done for you? And then who you're looking for. Talk about people that you want to try the products, what they're potentially going to do for you, or what you're seeing already, and what other people are seeing in testimonials as well. Trying the products through that unboxing, letting them know that they can join your team because it's growing quickly. Getting excited about it is so important. So you have a fun and fast growing team. They're going to want to jump on board with you. These are for new people. Those are good tips for brand new people. And really, live videos are the best way to show them the real you. You know, I love stories for this reason, but live video, you're on, you know? And if you make a mistake, you make a mistake. And I love that we just learn to laugh off our mistakes. Listen, nobody's perfect, okay? If something happens in your live video that you're embarrassed about, just laugh it off and say, oh my gosh, my hair is a mess today. I didn't realize I had all these flyaways. And I went live for you. Like, I'm stepping outside of my comfort zone. It's okay to have that face-to-face conversation. It's almost like you're having a FaceTime with them. So it's the best way to show the real side of you. And remember, people are buying you before they're buying a product. And if you're always posting these stock photos of products, they're not going to be interested until they get to know and trust you and realize that you're just a real person. So it is an amazing way to be able to go live to answer live time questions. So if people have questions about things, don't be nervous about that. If you don't know the answer, that's okay. Just say, you know what? I'm learning. I'm going to figure that one out. But again, remember, only 20% of your live should be business related. And a couple of tips on what to do with lives outside of the business would be show them a recipe. You're cooking dinner and it's a great recipe that your kids finally are going to eat and love. You want to share that with other moms. So you're going to get on and you're going to do a live and you're going to cook your meal and you're going to show them the recipe and show them how easy it is. Maybe you've tried something brand new. You're doing keto now. You're going to show them the best of the best recipes. Or, hey, you know what? I have a hack for everything. If you're a diet or if you're a soda drinker, then there's this amazing soda that doesn't taste like diet soda that you will absolutely love that helps you to stay in ketosis if you're in keto. Maybe a new joke that your kid told you. You know, get your kid on live with you. Those are things that people want to see. Those are things that people are going to engage with. A mom hack. What have you done this summer that's been a mom hack? And what maybe you can share with everybody else that's really working for you in your household. Maybe it's a nighttime routine. Maybe it's that you really suck at nighttime routine and you're figuring out and failing along the way and your kids are tuning in with you after bedtime. I mean, that's a fun one, right? Some other things is making a tutorial. So maybe we're trying to introduce the products, but we're trying to sprinkle the products in. We're not trying to blast them with products all the time. There's creative ways to do that. You can get people to buy your products without pushing your products. And here's how. So if you're going to do like a makeup tutorial, obviously we don't sell makeup, right? But you can talk about before you put your makeup on, if that's something that you are like, that's your jam, and you're going to go live doing a makeup tutorial, you can talk about your Monday skin regimen. Okay, and your Monday skin regimen would be our It Works products. So you'd have those products out and you would say something like this: your skincare starts, or your makeup starts with your skincare. Like, that's the canvas that you're working with. It's not the makeup that's making you look beautiful, because we want to make you look beautiful underneath all that makeup, right? We want to make you look beautiful naturally. And here is my regimen. Here's what's working for me. And I absolutely love when I do these or do these through my stories. I incorporate other products with that. Now, I don't incorporate other network marketing products, you know, but I do incorporate other products, maybe a mascara that I love, or a lipstick that I can't live without that's from MAC. The color is amazing. You know, those things. I introduce other products, the sunscreen that I use, the tinted sunscreen that I use on my face. I talk about that all the time because it's like makeup to me. I absolutely love it. So they're not just thinking I'm pushing Networks products down their throat. I am sprinkling it in, sharing some things that work in my regimen, including other things that I'm using. So a great tip for going live before you go live is to give them a heads up, to announce, say, hey, you're not gonna wanna miss it. I'm going live at noon with the best pack ever. Okay, give them a little bit of a teaser. Let them know that you're coming live. And then when you jump on live, it's okay to not start talking right away. Invite a few people. Invite a few of the people that you've been talking with that are interested in your products, that are interested in your business. And I'm not saying, again, remember 20% of your lives are going to only be about business and product. 80% of your lives are going to be about life. And so it's okay to invite people into your live and not talk about products or business, okay? I think it's so incredibly important. I have seen a huge increase in my lives that I do when I create a pull type of title, something that's click-worthy. Do you ever get emails, junk mail, and you're not gonna open that email up unless that title is really catchy? The same goes for your live, okay? And if you get on live, you know, there's something that apparently magical about like a 6-minute live right now. I don't know if algorithms are pushing those out more. I've done a lot of research and study on that, but I'm telling you, they're not gonna stick around for 6 minutes if you're not giving them content, okay? So you have to make sure that you're giving people content, but you're also pulling them in with something that catches their attention. It's all about the title. It's all about the email subject line. You're not gonna open that email unless you love that title. I know you, I'm the same way. You know, maybe a title like, I am so scared. Oh my gosh, I tried this for the first time and failed. This is the biggest scam ever. I mean, sometimes those little like negative turned into positive twists really catch people's attention because they want the drama. And you're gonna spin it and you're gonna talk about how wonderful something is, you know? Yeah, I thought it was the biggest scam and this is what happened. Wow, was I blinded? Maybe sometimes opportunity isn't packaged the way that we intended it to be. Now, I didn't say anything about my business, but I'm talking about how maybe your eyes are open to opportunity because we're looking for something else that isn't really for us, okay? So really think about what you could do for curiosity pulls for what your live posts are gonna be. It's all about piquing curiosity. So when you're on live with somebody, and I'm spending a lot of time on this because I think it's really important. This is a platform that pushes out, I researched 2,500 times bigger of a promoted organic post, okay? The live is pushing out 2,500 times more than a regular post. So set yourself a schedule to go live. If they told you, if your 9-to-5 boss told you, I'm gonna give you a 2,500% chance of greater success if you do this, would you do that? You absolutely would. So I'm gonna encourage you. You're gonna write that click-worthy description, some things that you can do during your live to make it a little less scary is interact with people. So if you see people come on, say, oh my gosh, hey Ashley, how are you? Oh my gosh, did your kids go back to school today, Michaela? Oh no, wait, you're homeschooling, you're so amazing. I mean, just talking to your people that are with you, they're gonna start commenting back to you. You're gonna have a conversation. And I will tell you, I've struggled in this area because I think I'm like part ADD and I lose my train of thought. It's like squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. But the more I talk to people, the longer they stay on, the more they engage in that particular video. And guess what happens? That algorithm pushes that video out for you. So if your friends are commenting on your post and you're interacting and asking questions, then that post is going to be pushed out that much more for you. Another really good one is say hello. Tell me where you're from. Say, I'm from the Kansas City Midwest, right smack dab in the middle of the United States. Like the weather here is stifling. Where are you from and what is your weather like? So having those conversations so that way people can say, oh, I'm from California and I see so much smoke outside. Terrible, right? Or whatever the case may be. It creates engagement. You can have something to talk about. One thing that I would absolutely suggest is get yourself a Post-it If you have points that you want to make, remember, people are only going to stay on your live for as long as you give them the content that they want. Okay? If they get bored and our attention spans are like, we have like little pea brains when it comes to attention span, because we are so used to inundated with technology at our fingertips, getting what we want as soon as we want it, they're going to click off and they're not going to watch. And so I want to encourage you to interact, let them know that you see them, ask them questions, ask them where they're from, ask them to, hey, throw up a 1 if you can relate to me, throw up a 2 if you think I'm crazy, but also have a Post-it note right by your camera. So like my camera's right here on my computer, and what I would do if I was going live or even on my phone with a tripod, I would just put my little Post-it note up here with 3 points. I really think that if you keep it to 3 points, 3 things that you really want to say, and say them and then get off, people will start chiming in to your lives that much more, because they know that there's going to be quick, it's going to be content, and it's going to be funny, it's going to be good, it's going to be energy. People want to see you excited. So before you go live, turn your music up. Go, I don't know, like do some jumping jacks, do something exciting to get yourself amped up so that when you go live, people can't help but want to click and listen to what you have to say, okay? Another great one is invite people to your live, like I talked about earlier. Take a minute, it's okay to not say it right away, like hey, Facebook or whatever. Start inviting people to your live right away. Another great one is to do a live drawing. Do a live drawing for a sample of Skinny Brew, okay? And build up to it. So don't do a surprise drawing. Build up to it. Build some momentum up to that live, and do a free drawing for a Skinny Brew and give people a chance to win. Hey, share this post for a chance to win. Comment below where you're from. Comment below how you drink your coffee. I'm going to do a giveaway here at the end of the live. You will not want to miss it. Stay tuned. Stay on the live. Someone on this live is going to win tonight, okay? Reward those people that are watching you and staying with you. Reward them with those things, whether it's compliments, giveaways, sharing and loving on them publicly. That's so important. And again, 6 minutes kind of where it's at on the Facebook algorithm stage right now. That is always going to change up. So if you feel like 6 minutes is really long for you, I love the 3-minute mark. I feel like that's really good. And I personally will not hardly ever watch a replay over 3 minutes. That's just my attention span. That's me being honest. I just feel like I have so much things inundated with my attention that pull for me. And I want to make sure that whatever I get is very quick, full of content, exciting, motivating, ready to go. Okay. Again, lighting is everything. When you go live, make sure you have good lighting. Make sure you're in a situation where people can actually see your face. Be excited and be okay and embrace those small mistakes. It's okay. It's okay to allow others to see you kind of feel your way forward. I know that feels scary, but friend, they're not doing lives. So how are they going to judge you for doing lives? And if they do, that person doesn't even need to be on your platform. So you can just get rid of them and fill that with somebody else that's positive. So don't be afraid of that. Again, your Post-it note with the 3 points that you want to make is so important. Someone asked me just the other day, how do you do your videos every morning and keep it straight to the point and do it very short? I'm like, because usually I have 3 points that I want to make. It's an open, a middle, and a close, okay? And it's not always about product, not always about business, but it's an open, a middle, and a close. So that way they feel like they've gotten some content they can take away. If you need to write those down, write those down. There's nothing, absolutely nothing wrong about that. Remember, attention spans are super short. So if these videos are designed to be engaging all the way through, that's a good thing because people are going to stay involved. So make sure you're constantly kind of giving feedback as you're going. If it's like a DIY video, I love those. Everybody wants to know how to do DIY stuff, everyone. So start thinking outside of the box, start making a list of things that you can do. I love, this goes to the 20%, of business and product posts. I love it when leaders, and you don't have to be a leader to do this, interview other It Works distributors. You don't have to talk about it works. You just have to talk about, hey, I know you said this one little decision's changed your life. Can you share just a little bit about what it's done for you? Interview your peers. Interview. There's nothing more, I think, exciting than getting on and watching two people interact together on a live. Okay, that's so fun, so fun. If your video happened to be a hit, you can make it a featured video on Facebook so people can go back to it. Okay, and always make those public. Always, always, always. Okay, I'm gonna jump off lives here in a minute, but I spent a lot of time on that, and I got 5 minutes left. I think I can wrap all this up in 5 minutes. But lives are so important right now with the algorithm. So if you're afraid, grab somebody to do it with. If you're afraid, do it anyway. I'm going to encourage you to feel your way forward. If you want us watching to kind of help you with that energy and excitement, we can certainly do that. Just tag us, let us know when you go on. Okay, stories. They say that a story with 3 parts is most engaging. Just like my little post-it when I said you have a beginning, a middle, and an end. So when you have your story segments that you're doing on Facebook, I personally like to do them on Instagram and share them to Facebook, which Instagram's going to be more next week. But when you're doing your stories, have them in 3 segments. Outside of 3 segments starts to lose people's attention, okay? I'm guilty of that. Sometimes I have word vomit. I like to say too many things. Remember, it's the Cliff Notes version that pull in people, not your whole story. You're not going to give it to them all at once, okay? So your stories of the 3-part segments is the most engaging. And save the best for first. So if you've got some really good information, make sure you're getting out there first, because if you're getting that imagery out, if you're getting that good picture out with good lighting, people are going to automatically be attracted to that by seeing it, and they're going to stay around for a little while longer to see what you have to offer, okay? Make every second count. Every second that doesn't count is an opportunity for viewers to lose interest. Okay, no pressure, right? So always be creating content. That goes back to your post-it. Know what your 3 points are. Don't lollygag around. Don't holler at your kids in the background. Don't do things that people say, this, like, don't be that person that does a 20-minute live with no information. Maybe that's a starting point for you and you learn your way through that. But just remember to include the things that you would want to hear. You would want to watch somebody's live. You'd want to walk away with some good content instead of feeling like you just waste your time watching somebody. Okay, this is a good one. I wrote this one down. Facebook, 88% of Facebook users, 88% of Facebook users access the social network from a mobile device. Preview your stories on your phone to ensure your text is legible and imagery works on a small screen. Okay, I can't tell you how many times people are putting stuff up just to put stuff up, and it's not doing you any favor. So make sure if you're screenshotting something from somebody else's story, it's okay to copycat as long as you copy the right cat. It's totally fine. Then make sure it fits right to size so people can actually read it instead of just posting to post. It does nothing for you to post, okay? It does everything for you to post with content, with a purpose that brings in profit, okay? Optimize it for sound off too. I learned this really early on. About a year ago, I started doing my coffee stories every morning. I try to keep them to about a minute, 3 to 4 segments, sometimes a little longer. And I realized I started to lose people after that segment. But as I started to do them, I started to realize most people were watching them at night. Most people were watching them with the sound off. So I started to create captions with it. So take the extra minute if you're going to do something on your stories with a video that you give a little Cliff Notes version, a little quote that you're doing. Or, you know, if I'm talking about my bad day, I'm not going to tell everything that happened in words, but I'm going to say, oh my gosh, worst day ever. And then they're going to listen to it. Okay. That's going to pull them in and they're going to listen to it. Okay. Now, I love this tip. Again, I'm running a little bit short on time. Behind the scenes, you're asked your questions. So I love to do this in stories. On an occasion, I'll say, hey, thanks so much for your feedback. I so appreciated all the messages that I got from sharing my tip, my recipe tip yesterday. Can you tell me as your viewers, what would you like to see? Would you like to see more parenting tips, more marriage advice, more hot messness, or more recipes? You know, give them an opportunity to tell you what they want to view because they will tell you. And they will tell you if you're boring too, so be looking out for that. But maybe they just want some inspo, maybe they just want some DIY. What's your most clickable content? And go do more of that. Raise it 10%. If this resonates, please share. Please share. So a lot of times I'll say on my stories, oh my gosh, if this resonates with you, please share it. I want to be able to touch as many people as I can, to inspire as many people as I can going through the journey that I am, okay? Create a tagline. This is an old one from somebody in our It Works past, but hope the day has a good you, okay? Now, you probably wouldn't use this tagline, but create some kind of a tagline. I hope the day has a good you. So that way, when they hear that, they know it's Lisa. They know it's Deborah. and they're gonna bring some good content, okay? Share other people's stuff on your story. If they inspire you, you're scrolling through Facebook, shout them out. Give them credit. I love doing this through my stories. Oh my gosh, Michaela's meme was so funny. I'm gonna share it on my story and I'm gonna tag her. Okay, I'm probably not going to do that for other It Works distributors. I'm going to do that for potentials in my list of people that I'm looking to use our products and to join my team. Okay, you have to make sure that you're watching other people's stories too. You can't just expect for people to watch your stories. The stories is a huge highlight. If you're growing your business on social media, that blue ring must be around your face on Facebook, okay? If you are trying to create a social empire, be a social influencer, and your blue ring's gone, that's the first thing I say. Where's your blue ring? Where's your blue ring? I'm struggling in my business. I can't get anybody buying my products. I don't have any interaction. Where's your blue ring? You don't have one, okay? So that's the first step. Where's your blue ring? Post, really, really quick. Add value. What's your audience interested in, okay? Give it to them. If they love, it's crazy. Sometimes I'll post some stuff and I'm like, they got 100 shares? Like, that's crazy. Then I need to make a mental note. I need to give more of that content. Okay, they like that content. They got tired of my coffee. Okay, they're tired of me talking about joining the business. You have to make sure that you're not so repetitive that you're losing people. Okay, so ask them what kind of content they want. But I love doing that in stories. I don't really do that on my Facebook profile, but I'll say in my stories, hey, what kind of content are you liking? What kind of content are you wanting to see? I'd love to give you some recipes. I'd love to, getting their advice on that is so important. But always ask questions and look for engagement and respond right away. So it's like this conversation that keeps going. If you want your engagement to like be a snowball effect of like gathering and pushing out and gathering more and growing your network, you have to make sure that you're engaging with people. You ask them to share posts. You ask them questions. You post something. I just posted something about a parenting fail today, about parenting sucking today and having issues with that. Like, what are your best? I don't know everything. So if you're always presenting yourself as a know-it-all, they're going to stop looking too. So like, what are your best parenting advice? What's your best parenting discipline? What do you do when your kids don't listen to you in your preteen, teenage years? Like, help! I'm drowning here, okay? Asking their advice and asking them if they ever felt this way. So asking them questions to create a conversation and make sure, that you engage. The last thing that I'll say is this. If you're wanting to grow your platform and you're doing all these things that I talked about, all of them, because I'm not even doing all of them. So I would beg to say that you're probably not doing all these things. We can all do a little bit better, right? But if you're doing all of these things, and you're like, man, this still isn't working for me, then what you have to ask yourself is, are you really engaging on Facebook, or are you just putting out content and expecting for people to listen to you? Because nobody likes to hear people talk all the time, right? I can talk a lot. And I've realized that about myself, that sometimes I need to stop talking and actually listen. So when you're on Facebook, if you're posting, and I'm just worried about the next post that you have up, and you're defeating the purpose, because it's about building relationships, and you need to be spending at minimum 15 minutes a day minimum on people that are not in this business, not on your team, 15 minutes a day of engaging back with your potentials. And I mean meaningful engagement. Instead of like, oh girl, you're awesome, or like cute hair, or oh, cute outfit. Like, if it's really a cute outfit, say, oh my gosh, Tasha, what an amazing outfit. Where the heck did you get that? You're asking questions in the comments so they come back and respond to you, and then you're going to come back with another question. You're going to be able to create and push out posts a lot further that way, and you're going to be able to get them coming back to your page. Because when you're complimenting people and showing them love and being their fangirl, guess what's going to happen? They're going to come back to you and find out what the heck you're up to, okay? It's no different than being in front of somebody and saying, hey, what do you do for a living? That's the next question they're going to say. They're going to tell you, and they're going to say, well, what do you do for a living? Okay, so it's having that conversation. Even though it's virtual, even though it's behind a screen, we are still face-to-face. We're treating it like we're face-to-face, and we're conversational, building that relationships. So don't put it into the box that says, oh, that's just too hard. I can't do that. Y'all, that's not too hard. You just have to make a decision today that, like, if I want a platform that's going to pay me and be profitable, then I have to work it with intention. I have to show up as a professional, not always a hot mess. It's okay to do both, right? But you have to show up as a person that knows what they're doing. So people at least know that you have a vision of where you're going, so they can attach to that and want to be on the adventure and journey with you. Invite them into the adventure. Have your fun little tagline. Do something out of your 5 that I talked about in the last social media training. What are your 5 that you're constantly talking about? How can you sprinkle the business? How can you sprinkle the products in with that and not always being, try my coffee, join the team. Okay, people don't like to hear that, and they certainly don't like live videos about that for 20 minutes, okay? So I would encourage you, as you're going live, and this is something that you need to push yourself to do, is that 20%, remember, is business and product. 80% is just content. You're giving free content to people. You want to give free things away, not product. I'm talking about advice, wisdom, funny quotes, mom hacks, grocery store budget tips, funny stories, whatever, your bad day, whatever, okay? Always put a positive twist on it, though. When you're doing that, you're giving people free content, and they're going to start buying you. So that way, when Lori shows up in a way that I've been trusted, and people are like, I trust that girl and I really like her, I've watched her live, and sometimes she has it together and sometimes she's a really hot mess, and I can totally relate to that, I'll buy anything she ever sells, okay? They're buying you before they buy a product or buy a business opportunity. So I hope that helped, but get your head out of the notion that it's too hard, and just say it's these simple steps. If we just take simple steps every day to show up on social, fail our way forward as okay, it's okay, and learn our way as we go, you will start to see a platform that profits and pays you and your team and your downline. You will be this master influencer that can start teaching your team that very same thing. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Next week, I'll have one on Instagram. You won't want to miss out on some of those hacks that we have with hashtags and certain little carousels that we can do on Instagram, and story tips that I'll share with you about getting more viewers. You won't want to miss that. All right, thanks so much.